Imagine this. You wake up one morning and you don't have a job. You might have lost your marriage. You might have lost your finances. I'd like to ask you, who are you in that moment? Who are you when that happens? Is your identity tied up to what you have and to what you do? And I use that scenario to introduce today's topic about identity, and knowing who you are beyond your roles. Before you can become a better man, you first need to find out or to work out what kind of a man you're trying to become. Many men spend years building their careers, raising families, meeting people's expectations, only to realize over time they become mostly defined by what they do rather than by who they are. When life changes, the job ends, relationships break down, kids move away, retirement arrives. Men are often left asking, who am I now? Who is the real me? And today I'd like to explore why identity matters and how developing a strong internal identity gives you stability regardless of what life throws at you. So my first point is, many men tie their identity to performance. From a young age, many men receive the message that their value comes from what they achieve. There's nothing wrong with ambition, but when performance becomes your identity, you're standing on unstable ground. Career change, businesses fail, injustices happen, circumstances shift beyond your control, beyond our control. And if our self-worth rises and falls with every promotion or setback, life becomes an emotional roller coaster. And that's not good for most men, I don't believe. Healthy men, really healthy men, work hard because it's the excellence of their character that is being expressed. Not because they're trying to prove that they matter. While a bunch of other hard-working men, many men, whose identity is based mostly in their sense of achievement, are working hard because hard work is their identity. Performance should be an expression of who you are, not the source of your identity. I don't know if that makes sense. The second point is, developing a solid identity means knowing your values, principles, and internal compass. A strong identity is built on character, not on circumstances. I ask yourself these: what do I truly believe about my world, about me? What principles will I or should I never compromise on? What kind of a man do I want to be? And I know that all sounds good in theory, and I don't want to leave you in the lurch about that, because a lot of people know that they should be asking those questions, but what are the exact what are some tangible, really good life questions that should be asked in order for you to get good answers that's going to help you move towards this goal or towards this growth. I will be doing a video on some good questions to ask in due course. I will link this video here to that one there so that you can check a few of those questions out, and hopefully you can come up with a few of your own questions specifically and particularly for your life. But your answers, when you start to get them and write them down, do become your internal compass. Values like honesty, courage, discipline, integrity, boundaries is a huge one. I see a lot of men paying prices because they haven't got clear in what their boundaries are. But when you've got all of these things clear, they do help you to remain steady when life becomes difficult. A man who knows his values doesn't make decisions based only on convenience or how he feels. He makes them based on the man he's committed to becoming, and that creates consistency in every area of his life. Point 3 is our identity should exist independently of external validation. This also is a big one that a number of men just don't see or don't seem to do. Many men look outside themselves for approval from work, their achievements, their old boys club, successes, failures, wives and girlfriends and significant others is a really important place where men should be very wary about seeking validation from, but I'll talk about that in another video. And I understand how appreciation from people does feel good, but it can never provide lasting confidence. If you rely on external validation, you'll always need more of it, and you will from time to time, if not often, feel compelled to go searching for it from things, sometimes from people who you shouldn't be trying to get the validation from. Some people that you are going to gravitate towards if you're one of those people who seeks validation from, say, significant others, girlfriends or wives, you're probably going to go looking in the wrong places for that, and that is going to lead you into a host of possible troubles, which you would be better off not going down that road. But internal validation comes from knowing you are living according to your own principles and purposes. And when you are living out of that place, criticism from other people doesn't shake you as deeply, and praise doesn't define you either. When your identity comes from inside you, you become more grounded, confident, and emotionally steady. And that is what we could all do more in having more of, is being emotionally steady through the highs and lows of this interesting world that we are walking through. Fourth point, final point, is a grounded identity allows you to lead with consistency, even when life becomes unstable. Life guarantees uncertainty. There is injustice. There's bad things happen. Things don't work out. Plans fail. Relationships fall apart. People treat you badly. Every man will face disappointment, loss, and unexpected change. And the men who navigate those seasons best seem to be those whose identity remains steady when circumstances don't. They continue acting with integrity, treating people well, and making decisions based on principle instead of emotion. Leadership, good solid leadership begins with you leading yourself well. And when your identity is rooted in good character rather than in circumstance, you become someone others can trust and rely upon. And that is first prize for most of you who are here wanting to learn and to walk through. In closing, I guess if there's one hope, if there's one thing I hope you take away from today's video, it's this: never attach your identity to something that can be taken away. Jobs, money, and status all change, but your character and values are yours to build upon every day. Becoming a better man isn't simply about achieving more. It's about becoming someone who knows exactly who he is. And the better and better you get at knowing who you are, the easier it becomes to spot situations, people, and opportunities that are not in alignment with who you are. So define the man you want to become and let your daily choices reflect that identity. When you know who you are, life's challenges may shake you, but they won't define you. Thanks very much, friends. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then.